Oh, that's an epidural right there.
And the streamy goes to the Try Guys.
We got where we are doing some pretty fucking crazy things on camera, and we've had to become brothers.
We all started making these videos together and immediately just was part of this really loving family.
No one cast us. We were clearly just gelling in a way that made sense as a comedy team. But then we became best friends through our work.
What specifically has impacted me is their ability to not be afraid to try new things, and that has helped me in not being afraid to go after what I want in my life.
After 4 years, our contracts at BuzzFeed were ending, and Eugene's contract ended 2 months before us, and he was ready to move on.
So I am on my way to Texas to appear in my first feature film as an actor.
And I really felt like we had just started to scratch the surface of what we could achieve.
So I came up with a plan as to like how we could make a channel and make a business together.
Going to Chase Bank, we're all pouring a bunch of our money into this company to hope that it doesn't fail.
We all quit at the same time and knew that we wouldn't make a profit for a while.
Small business owners, motherfucker.
But we had a pretty good idea that our audience would follow us to an independent channel. Also, my wife is pregnant.
What? What? Wait, what?
It was a tough conversation to explain to your pregnant spouse that you need to go off of health insurance, pour your remaining savings into a new venture, and that it's all going to work out because of math.
Before we started this company, I was not 100% on board with even joining the company. I think I'm the type of person who needs proof through work that something is valid, not just proof through fame.
And Eugene, last one.
Nah, I changed my mind. All right.
Can we prove ourselves as valid content creators who are out there making real change with what we do? Not just making content because we can make money from it.
Yeah, look, you know, you're in love. You've been together for 1 whole year.
And everyone point at the camera and laugh.
Oh, cute.
Our new book, The Hidden Power of Fucking Up, is here. I'm so excited for you to read it.
Go.
Our new book is out right now. You can get it wherever fucking books are sold. I messed up.
What's your favorite part of the book?
Oh, all of it.
What are they gonna get in the book?
All the stories that they've never heard about us.
Should they get it?
Fuck!
That was the one.
Okay, no, I'm good.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 days countdown.
I was gonna ask you about that. Would you like to do like a countdown or?
I think 7 days is a little long for a countdown, but
That's what I
And
agree
also,
with.
so my biggest
Like-
question is, what do you do? Because we have 7 days until the book, but then there's another countdown that starts 2 days later for the tour.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, can we just call it Try Week? And rather than
7
it being
days
a
till Try
countdown,
Week.
it's like 7 days till the book and tour and like, you know, and we're just pushing, we're like, this is Try Week, it's the biggest content week for us ever.
Right.
Look at all this stuff we have going on.
So our first year as Second Try LLC, the Try Guys, we've made a channel grow to like 6 million subscribers. We've published a book. We've made a podcast. We're making 2 videos a week. We're getting better views than we had when we had a giant behemoth company behind us. And we have a company that we have built that can actually run itself.
This actually all started because we had a book publishing date in June on Keith's birthday, and we were gonna need to do a book tour. And we said, hey, you know what'd be cooler than a book tour? A live stage extravaganza.
The following is a Try Guys mega announcement.
The Try Guys are going on tour, baby!
Try Guys tour time!
This summer, the Try Guys are embarking on a nationwide live tour. It's the Try Guys Legends of the Internet Tour!
Tour. Fuck yeah!
We assumed that maybe it was going to be like the baseline level for a tour, which was to maybe do a podcast recording. But it evolved into what our type of dream tour is, which is original music by Keith and choreography by me. And I don't know if you saw the stage, but like we're using stuff that the band Kiss used. That's insane.
So this is the budget, huh?
Yeah. This is top level. This is the highest cost it can possibly be. Grand total.
Yeah, that's about more than double.
Oh,
I see. How much would you personally pay for the chance to be on stage with fireworks exploding behind you?
Let's do it! Let's do the pyro!
You'll laugh, you'll cry, you will maybe even discover something about yourself.
We wanted this to feel like it was explicitly more professional than what people might expect from a group that is known for YouTube.
It's about trying new things and not being afraid to fail and not being afraid to look silly.
Something that was kind of the culmination of all of our work online and be totally unforgettable. We wanted it to be like the best night of people's lives.
It's funny how you're not a singer, you're not a dancer, and you're about to go on stage and do all that.
That's funny. Yeah, funny is a good word for it. Hope it's gonna be funny, cause that's what I can bring.
You know, we all have different careers and different like timelines of those careers. I think we're looking at this as if it's our last hurrah, so we created the most spectacular tour ever, so that if we never tour again, we didn't feel like we missed out on doing a cool show.
Wow, look at that. There it is. Look at that. Wow. Wow. We're backstage at the Ventura Theater. This is where we're doing our dress rehearsal for the Legends of the Internet tour.
So this is our first look at the stage. This is about the width of the stages that we will have, but the depth is much shorter. It's weird seeing it, right?
Oh yeah.
In my mind, as we've been rehearsing, I've always been picturing like an arena.
A lot bigger, yeah. This is kind of that moment in Spinal Tap where the set design is like a lot smaller than they imagined it.
Yeah.
I'm like, why did we?
Why are we doing this?
Why are we doing this so big? Yeah, I felt like it was someone else's set, but then I remembered that it was my set. And that we bought all this. Oh boy. Hope we sell out Cleveland.
Today is our final dress rehearsal. Oh, no stopping, we're just gonna go. This is our first time doing it in costumes. We gotta figure out the costume changes, all the props. It's exciting.
Zach Kornfeld lower in my microphone.
Wow. They leave in the morning and then they come back at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and I feel so bad and I don't want to keep him up, so he goes straight to bed and just pass out. We didn't want to be another like added stress to like all of this because we know how important this is.
Okay, I got a better shark that's a hammerhead.
Should we take that?
You look like a very fabulous magician.
Good.
Ah, yes.
It's right there.
Yes. I don't even need to see it on to know that it's perfect, but I will try it on because I need to smile.
The 4 tentpoles of the show are food, love, fun, gay. My character in the show, as it is in life, is the love section.
In the show, I am the legend of fun, which ironically just allowed me to talk about childhood depression.
I was the legend of food, which is like a lot of viral food stuff. Eugene was the legend of gay.
My solo drag number is nearly 10 minutes of an homage, a love letter to queer icons that I'd never performed before. I just knew on the tour, if I'm gonna be in front of thousands of kids, I wanted to give them a very explicit gay pride parade.
We don't know anything about the show, right? Nothing. Zero. But we're gonna be the volunteers. We're the test audience. We're gonna be a tough crowd.
They're definitely busy and there's a lot going on, but you know, they've had this level of stress before. I think they're gonna be fun.
Dane, you're gonna have to roll into the next one on your own.
Okay, so in this edition of Try Guys Game Time. Yeah, that's cue for video time. Welcome to Fuck, Marry, Kill! You can be a legend, even if it's only to your best friend, or your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, or your girlfriends and your boyfriends.
How do we feel about the performance?
I don't want them to hear this, but I'm a little like scared for them. Cause
I think it's just because it's
it's
just
not put
us.
together at all.
I know, but it's just the rehearsal.
I know, but this is the last rehearsal that they're gonna get.
They'll get one
I think they're
before.
gonna. Yeah, I think
I
they're
don't.
gonna.
They're gonna rehearse before
put it together.
the LA show. Like they'll get there and they'll.
But this is the last time with everything, with production and video and.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're starting the tour next week. I was expecting it to be a little bit more polished, but they'll be ready.
Given the state of where we're at, I think we need more work on it.
I believe so too.
Yeah.
We tried to do it on a tighter budget and it just, it didn't get there. We're in, we're good. It just needs actually a couple more days.
Yeah.
That's really was. And if we're out of here tonight, the other thing was, do we want to stay here? Because it's all set up. But that's another, I don't know what kind of option that is, but it's expensive.
It keeps getting more expensive. Our budget was spiraling out of control because we kept having to add more time for things. Anytime you said yes to something, it was like another $5,000. Who cares anymore? That's sort of like, what can you do?
I'm okay. The show needs a lot more work. We're not going to get to do the work, so. And you're like, man, how much money are we spending? How much time are we wasting if it isn't good? It's just us learning how to do a thing we've never done. But we're the Try Guys, aren't we? So that's what we do. We've had some time that maybe wasn't used to its best potential. Like now, starting like tomorrow, everybody's brains are not in this.
We're going full throttle on multiple projects, and I just hope that nothing suffers as a consequence of us being stretched too thin.
But when we're running a company and there's 16 people and everybody needs to get paid and everybody needs to have health insurance, you just can't waste time. That's like a lot. It's a lot to deal with.
It's crazy how no matter what we do, we figure out a way to bite off more than we can chew. Why didn't we just go on a book tour? And then do a tour another time?
I just don't want to look fucking stupid. This is supposed to be something where we go out and can show people what we can really do. And if I'm being honest, I don't know how long I can keep putting projects together where the four of us are in it. It feels like the window is closing, and so I want this to be a testament. There was a really good shot a year ago that we weren't going to keep working together. There are other things we all want to do, and just to be totally blunt, I think some of us see the Try Guys as a way to help those ambitions, and I see others see it as something that's standing in the way. And so if we can't figure out how to make this thing we've built work for all the dreams that we have, then yeah, it's gonna change, and that scares me.
If the tour was the last thing we did as a group, would I be satisfied? I don't think so. Not because I don't think the tour will be satisfying. I just think we have done a lot of amazing things as this group, and I think that there's so many more things that we have the ability to do because the four of us are doing it together.
I don't know, I've kind of ridden the train with my friends to sort of uphold this crazy idea that this could be a business and still be able to impact people in a meaningful way, but I do yearn for other things outside of just being a video creator, and I'm excited to see where Try Guys as a company is going to go. But yeah, I think that if the tour was the last thing we did as a cast, I would be proud of that.
If love's a gun, you're my trigger, babe. If love is a gun, you're my trigger, babe. If love's a gun,
This is basically my favorite thing to do on a Sunday. Have the family over and cook a whole bunch of food and hang out.
Exactly when he's cooking.
Making food for everyone. We all can do individual things that we're passionate about, as well as all of the stuff that we've built together. I have always been an artist and a scientist. I've been involved in theater ever since high school. I definitely had an insecurity that I wouldn't be successful in entertainment, and so I was always playing two hands at the same time. I was working at a research lab during the day and then would go do an improv or sketch at night. But I think I really found my stride when I started working on relationship videos. Like I'm doing this DIY show with my wife Ariel that's kind of a HGTV style makeover show produced by the Try Guys production company, and Ariel and I are making over each of their apartments. Yeah, I could try and find a separate production company to do that, but I think it's better if I do it with the Try Guys.
He's looking at Daddy.
What worried me most about the tour was being on the road for so long. This was going to be the longest I had been on the road away from not only Ariel, but our newborn baby.
So I'm gonna leave tomorrow for a big trip. And even though I'm not gonna be here, I still love you. And I'll call and check in, see how you're doing. And maybe you can come see me when we're in Texas. Yeah.
Yes, we're all here for you, Wes.
For you, Wes. Cheers, everyone.
And then if this is the last point, then it should hit here by, that tick. And then we start moving that first movement, it should be hitting this last position.
All right, here we go. Slates in, please. All right, let's roll camera. And roll, playback.
So this is like a full-on, hey, I'm gay video, or? Yep, it's literally been called I'm gay.
Gene has been shooting this coming out video the last 2 days, which he choreographed himself.
Calling it a coming out video, I think, doesn't quite capture what it is. It's a
movement music video.
There's a lot of really personal reasons why I haven't explicitly come out. We hold things back because we're very scared that there's going to be repercussions. But I just know that this is the time. I think sometimes you just know. We have a really strict timeline on this because I dream to get this out in time for Pride. We also have to keep up with our 2-video-a-week schedule and all of the huge projects that are releasing during the summer. I've written it, I'm directing, choreographing, and I'm starring in it. It comes at a time where even if I wasn't releasing this, I would still be pulling multiple all-nighters to get my day job done.
The coming out video and the tour were not only me coming out explicitly as gay to the general public, but it was literally me coming out to my family.
My parents told me that I was always very sensitive. As a young kid, I always thought I was bad. I just thought I was bad naturally because of what the church I was in was telling me, because of the society I was in as a Southern person or as a Korean, or a lot of my journey was kind of figuring out that I was never inherently a bad person.
You know, I was pretty lonely as a kid because I didn't have many friends, so my expression was through any sort of artistic discipline I could get my hands on. And it wasn't until I was in middle school that a teacher suggested that I might be interested in filmmaking. Going from Texas to Hollywood is weirdly two sides of the same coin. One place makes fun of you for being gay and Asian, and the other place exploits you for being Asian. So it's very, I've had a very weird journey with trying to healthily express myself through my work. When I stopped my directing career, it wasn't because I was more interested in YouTube. It was always me, again, trying to adapt myself well to a space in order to get up to the next level. A big part of me becoming a filmmaker and going to film school was this idea that I had a very strong perspective and a unique story that I wanted to tell that hopefully other people, regardless of if they are from my background, could connect with.
I am afraid that some people I'm very close to will disown me and not talk to me anymore because of this video.